Howdy toddy fellas, it's Tommy coming at you from Colonel Reb Scale Models. Just doing the, finally getting to do the video to answer Lou Matarazzo's question about bench time. I definitely understand where he's coming from because I can't seem to get enough time at the bench, you know, as life gets in the way. You know, I'm a stay-at-home dad, but I have 3 kids. My wife travels extensively, usually 10 to sometimes 3 weeks out of the month. In some cases, going out of the country and such, which is one of the reasons why I am a stay-at-home dad. For her to take that position, which at the time we did it about, I'd say 15 months ago, you know, what she was going to be making and the potential for what she could be making was a lot more than what both of us together were actually making at the time. So, because she does travel a lot, it was one of those cases where in order for her to take the job, I had to quit my job. That'd be the only way we could actually do it. So, you know, I chose to do that. So, you know, the reason I got back into building was to build some tribute cars for my dad, who had had a series of mini strokes about 18 months ago. You know, he's doing better, getting around a lot better than what he was. Just got over a bout of pneumonia and a little stint at the hospital. So hopefully we're in the clear from that. But, you know, it's difficult to get a chance to model. And, you know, usually what I do is my work day, or I guess my stay-at-home work day is getting up at 6:30 in the morning, getting my 2 older kids ready for elementary school, getting them off to school by around 7:30, then waking up my little one about 8ish, getting her ready for her day school, which is just a few hours, getting her off to school around 9ish, 9:30ish or so, run errands, you know, do stuff, whether it's shopping or you know, going and having to see about something or make this appointment or that appointment, get all that stuff done before I have to pick her up a little after lunchtime, get her home, get her fed. You know, within an hour or 2 of that, you know, it's time to go pick up the kids from the elementary school, and they have after-school activities, whether it be tutoring or, you know, clubs and gymnastics or whatever. So that usually is 4 days of the 5 days of the week, and then get home, get their homework done, start doing, you know, supper. Try to get them fed by 6 or 6:30 at the latest, and then get them off to bed by 8, you know, their showers and baths and things like that. And so once that's done, and then, you know, finish, you know, cleaning the kitchen, doing the dishes or whatever. I like to do dishes by hand, even though we have a dishwasher. I'd rather do them. I think I can do it quicker that way, and it's a little, you know, it's a time for me to actually to watch the videos. So for me, the times I get to watch the videos are when I'm preparing supper, preparing lunch, preparing breakfast. Sometimes, you know, doing dishes, doing stuff in the kitchen, because that's where I have my laptop to be able to watch the videos and stuff. So, you know, it's hard for me to watch videos very much over about 10 minutes or so, just because I'm back and forth, and I like to stop and make comments if I'm watching a video. And so then I do my bench work is pretty much at night. So hopefully by everything goes well, by 9 o'clock I can get on the bench. I don't get to the bench as often when my wife is here, just because we like to watch movies or TV shows that we record and things like that, because she's here so infrequently a lot. Been lucky this past month or so she's been here for the most part, but, you know, she'll be leaving out of the country again in about a week or so. So during that time is where I get most of my work done on the bench, because then, unless I'm doing stuff for the kids, you know, following up on emails and things like that with school, because I do volunteer work at school, volunteer work at church, you know, different organizations that you're affiliated with. It's kind of hard to get all that done and then find time to get on the bench. And then that's if you actually feel like working. You know, it's just like Mason said, Troy Muscle, you know, sometimes you don't feel like going to the bench. You know, sometimes I would rather watch TV, or, you know, I record a lot of history, documentary, things like that, and I have some shows, series and things that I like to watch, whether it be my Duck Dynasty every week, or you know, The Walking Dead, you know, get my zombie fix, you know, when they're in session. Different shows. So sometimes I'd rather just do that. I just don't feel like getting there. And then other times I'll get to the bench and I'll work till, you know, 3 or 4 hours good. But you know, I kind of paced myself, you know, getting this snap built. It took a while, but it's just a matter of getting an hour or so here and there. And so it is a challenge. You know, I think all of us would like to spend more time at the bench, but you know, it's just something that you got to take care of life. You know, you got your family to watch out for, take care of, and spend time with. You know, especially with my kids, there's a lot of stuff, you know, we do. You know, whether it's the Cub Scouts or my girl does Girl Scouts and stuff. So just all that stuff together, it's just difficult to get in there and sit down and do stuff. And hopefully you want to do it. You know, I like watching the videos when I'm doing the work and stuff in the house, catching those when I can. You know, listening. You know, sometimes whether it's watching a slideshow or listening to tutorials and stuff, I like to, you know, have it running as much as I can. But that's pretty much it. Lou, I did want to say, man, when I was going to do this, I was going to have my Eli Manning Giants traveling away jersey on that I've had for several years. I'm not so much a Giants fan, but I'm an Eli fan because obviously I'm all about Ole Miss. Ole Miss comes right after family. As far as I'm concerned, I've grown up, you know, since that high, you know, 5 or 6 years old, you know, following Ole Miss, whatever sport it is. So that also takes away my time from the bench, whether I'm watching a basketball game or a recorded football game, or you know, traveling to a game if I can get one close by. So you know, that kind of takes precedence. And then I'd have to do stuff around the house, you know, whether it be gardening or yard work, you know, in the summer times and stuff. So you know, the thing about being a stay-at-home dad, you know, it's almost more difficult, in my opinion, than being just a stay-at-home mom, because I'm expected to do the manly stuff and the mom stuff. So, you know, whether it's washing clothes or mowing the grass or you know, grilling when we have people over and things like that. So I'm having to do the both, and it's quite a challenge. I do have, you know, doing this, I have the utmost respect for moms who do stay at home, because it's a lot of work. I mean, it's probably one of the hardest jobs in the world. You get no pay for it. So, and a lot of times no recognition or appreciation from others for it. But you know, it's a difficult thing. But you know, that's, you know, modeling. I'm glad I got back into the hobby. I've enjoyed doing it and enjoyed being part of the community and seeing everybody's bills and things. So, you know, it's just trying to prioritize. Like, you know, Doc Cranky says, you gotta manage your time well, and it's a challenge in most cases. So hopefully, Lou, you know, that answers your question. That tells you a little bit about myself. And look forward to everybody's videos, and been watching these responses from everybody. So it's very interesting to get that little insight from everybody's life and stuff. So we will talk to you guys later. Hotty toddy out there.